the word, man? What's the word? It's your boy Damo on the motherfucking mic. Back at it again. Okay. Welcome to Let's Take It There Pod, where I give you all the unsolicited opinions on things that are going on, including mental health topics, including the things that are going on in our communities, and where I also try to give you a different perspective from a black man because I think that's very important. Excuse me. We have come so far, but we still have such remedial mindset sometimes. And yeah, I think it's very important that we try to take it there in a different way, right? So let's do it. This is week six. Your boy is officially at 6 weeks of a podcast, and that means from content to TikTok to just the whole nine, man. And I'm so proud of myself. I've been pushing through this shit. Um, this is something so big for me and so near and dear to me, and I thank you for all the people who actually have been supporting my podcast. So thank you. Um, this week we hit 1,000 streams. This week we hit 1,000 streams. Do you know how major that is, man? I'm so thankful, so grateful. No hookah today, right? I usually keep some hookah, but no hookah today. I wouldn't be here without y'all, and it just proves that my message, there's a message getting out, and I'm just grateful that the goal is to change the world one conversation at a time. It's always been my goal. Conversation is so powerful. Communication is so powerful, and I think we don't do it enough. So yeah, here we are, week 6. Okay, so for the mental health tip of the week, let's talk about self-esteem, right? Sorry, my allergies acting up. Let's talk about self-esteem. It's such a tricky and intricate topic, because so many of us battle with self-esteem issues, and so many of us battle with confidence issues in ourselves, and we will pour so much into other people and not pour into ourselves, me included. And I think it's just very important that we do more for that, because there comes a time when you have to sit by yourself. You have to feel all the things you've been feeling, think all the things you've been thinking that you've been constantly being on go for and running away from, and you're gonna feel that void. You're gonna feel that lack of self appreciation, and it's gonna make you. It could cause depression. It could cause so many things, and that's why it's important to try and build your self confidence and be confident in yourself and just love yourself. Love on yourself. The same love you give to others, you have to try to give to yourself. It's very important. Um, this could show in so many ways that you're lacking in this area. It can show in your friendships. It can show in how you show up for people. It can show up in your relationships. It can show up in your relationships with your family. It can show up in multiple ways. And I think for your mental health and for your own sanity, you have to try to build your own self esteem and build your confidence up. And it really starts by loving yourself. So yeah, firstly, love yourself. My tips for that. I'm sorry, let me say that. You should love yourself, and do things that show love to yourself, right? We will put our all into being there for our friends, and being on time, showing deadlines, um, just showing up for our friends and our loved ones and everything. We don't pull that same. If we supposed to do something that day and we've been on schedule, we I don't feel like doing that today. So no, you have to still show up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. That's you showing yourself that you love yourself because you proved it to yourself. Another tip: words of affirmation. Um, the more you tell yourself something, the more you repeat something, the more you manifest something, it starts to bring life into it, right? So if you wake up every day and tell yourself how beautiful you are, you tell yourself how handsome you are, you tell yourself how important you are, how you matter, all these different things you're pouring into yourself, right? You tell yourself that you deserve to be here. You tell yourself um, and it's a blessing to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is not being, this is building confidence in yourself. You tell yourself all these things multiple times and constantly pour into yourself. Read Bible scriptures or just read inspirational quotes or just do things that better yourself and try to talk to yourself and build your own confidence. Like, it's very important. I know every time I get my haircut and stuff every 2 weeks, I do that shit for myself. It's a self care thing. When people get their hands and feet done, that's a self care thing. Like self care and just pouring into yourself is very important. So yeah, that leads me to tip three, self care. Because you had a tip two was words of affirmation. Tip three, self care, very important. Um, do things for yourself, man. How you feeling? Talk, take the time out to sit with yourself and ask yourself how you feeling and what can you do to improve those feelings. Because if you don't, it's just back to square one. The drinking not gonna help it. The smoking not gonna help it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta focus on you and figure and sit with that so you can get better at that. And that's real shit. Real, real deal. You know? Okay, let's see what's next on the agenda. All right, we're doing losing the plot. And people always lose the fucking plot, but we're gonna get into some things for sure. Um, so once again, the Christian nationalists are losing the plot, bro. Because this losing the plot is basically news updates, everything. So Trump's spiritual advisor pretty much came out there to pray over him, and she basically compared his 34 convictions, the felonies that he's been convicted for, to Jesus's crucifixion, or basically what they crucified him for. Because I don't think crucifixion is a word. Yeah, we get it together. She compared his convictions to what Jesus was crucified for. Like, bro, it just gets to a fucking point, right? It just, I can't even get my words out all the time when I be, cause y'all really be losing the plot. Like, shit really just don't be making sense. Like, how dare you sit up here and you're basically comparing this man to Jesus himself. And if anybody reads the Bible or it knows any verses or does any research or has been to church, you never compare man to God. Are you serious? Now, granted, I do believe that God has instilled part of himself in all of us, right? But if we're gonna look up to a higher power, like y'all put this man on the same pedestal as y'all put God, y'all are crazy. Y'all are insane. It's literally giving coke. And this is why y'all be losing the plot every time. Because as a grown man, it's no way. I'm sorry. I'm responding to my friend. But yeah, it's just no way that y'all sit up and compare this man and God. That's literally psychological disorder. Something's wrong with y'all. Y'all obviously not reading the book. No man on this earth. Like it's just like, bruh. Let's pull up the Bible real quick. I don't even have it on this phone. Yeah, it's on my main phone, which is the phone I'm recording on, bruh. Because the devil did something similar, and that's why he got banished from heaven. Okay, I just looked up something from the Bible. I'm looking up some stuff now. Let's see. Okay, the one found worthy was not. the one who compared himself and his works to others around him, but the one who compared himself to God and realized how complete. I love that. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 27 through 31. Because you see, I read the Bible, I know how to read a verse. We have done what was our duty to do. Luke 17:10. And then the next one is, the one found worthy was not the one who compared himself and his works to others around him, but the one who compared himself to God and realized how completely unworthy he was. That's the first thing. Let's see. What verse is this? Let me see. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12. For we dare not class ourselves or compare ourselves with those who commend themselves, but they, measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves, are not wise. Let's see. Now, granted, this is not to say that the Bible does not discuss us being more like God, right? You want to be more like Jesus when you do the things you do and how you live your life. Let me just clear that up. Because I read the book. I'm not just talking on my neck, right? The Bible, like, it literally is basically a book of instructions on how to live life, right? It's a way of life. You want to be more like Jesus, right? You want to come down and you want to love thy neighbor and be good to people who are different from you. That's not what he's doing, bro. Like, y'all are just dumb. Nobody's really like being realistic here, dog. Like, what is he doing that's making him like God? That's making him knowing that everything that he's doing is of God. That doesn't even make no sense, bro. We're really not even making sense. Like, bro, I just don't get it. Anyway, I ain't going on and on about that. I'm not even gonna do all that. Anyway, um, so Kev on stage, if y'all don't know him, he's an influencer who's now becoming a celebrity, but I still consider him an influencer. And that's not to denounce or deem him any less than all the accolades that he's getting, but he walks around like a normal human being. He still presents himself like a normal human being. I feel like people have idolized the word celebrity so much, and he's just a person who has influence, who got known for being funny and doing what he loves to do, right? But I love Kev on stage. I think he makes some good content. But basically receives a lot of backlash because he basically said he wasn't going to condemn LGBTQ, IA plus. I'm sorry. And for one, y'all put these celebrities on too big of a pedestal. I'm gonna start off by saying that, and that's where y'all lose the plot, because just because somebody has some type of clout or pull, or they get a lot of views and people see them all the time, don't mean that everything they say is the end all be all. For one, for two, all he basically said was it's not up to him to condemn them. That's between them and God, right? Now, the reason why he said that is because he was discussing somebody named Christian. I can't remember his full Instagram name, but I started to follow him as well, and where he was debunking all of these, verses that they use to basically condemn sexuality, condemn homosexuality, and basically condemn LGBTQIA plus. And so, and the dude Christian said something else too. He was like, I also don't like how y'all use the words, basically saying like, I'm not going to condemn them. That's between them and God. Basically, still saying that God is going to condemn them, or still making it seem like it's a problem because they have an attraction to something, or they like something else, or they're doing something different than you. When in reality, that's not what the Bible is saying. And if you read these verses, that's not what it's saying. People are reading the new international version or the new translated version. When in reality, if you go back to the Hebrew books and back to the one that was just revised less than 100 years ago, you probably wouldn't see anything about homosexuality. But I digress. I mean, it's in the records. Like, you can really look this up. Like, even if you look up, if you go on the Bible verse, the Bible book, the Bible app right now, and you look up verses about homosexuality, it's gonna pull up like a few verses, especially in Leviticus and then something else. I can't remember the other one. But then you take it from the New World Translated version and you put it into just the Hebrew version, doesn't say that, bro. And if you correlate the words and a lot of the stuff was actually talking about pedophilia. But I digress once again. And regardless, I do still agree with what Kev on stage said in that sense, in that statement too, because we honestly we reading this book. I believe in God, and this is what I'm just saying. I'm reading the same book as y'all. We all have different perceptions and interpretations of what this book is saying, right? So regardless of how I feel about what you're doing in your life, well, who anybody's doing in their life, and this is not just for LGBTQ. This is for anything. Regardless, I don't have the authority to condemn anyone. I don't care how much money I got, how powerful I am. I don't have the authority to do that. None of us do. And that's where we lack, that's what we're lacking here. Because that's not what Jesus did, bro. Y'all steady reading from the Old Testament. That's not what Jesus did. And if you want people to come to God and learn about the gospel, you shunning them out gonna do what? And then where I'm gonna have to, I will scream this to the heavens, bro. Y'all are literally, y'all get more mad at somebody being a part of the LGBTQIA plus than y'all do about people touching children or raping women. How unsafe is it out here for women now? Like, it's straight hella unsafe for women, bro. A motherfucker gonna always be like, no, it's not women. Man, bruh, call a spade a spade. And I'm not saying every man is doing this shit, but that's the reality, bro. It's hella unsafe for women, dog. And that's straight facts. We don't talk about that. We're not condemning men for that. Or let's talk about how it was, if you do research, it was a whole gospel of Mary. And they took that out the Bible and they recreated this and restructured it so women would be less than. Like, bro, it's all history. Theologians go through this all the time. Read read the book. And also do research, bro. Look at the hieroglyphs. Go to Israel for God. Go to Israel and really see not what they show you, but like really dig deep and find the real history, bro. Because the Vatican is in where? It's not. I hate that I'm even going down this rabbit hole. Bottom line is, it's not up to me to tell you what's right and wrong in your life, bro. And if I do give you advice on something that I don't agree with, and I give you reasons why I don't agree with that, that still just is what it is, because it's still my life. It's still my opinion. I can't tell you what you can and can't do. And who am I? I don't have the authority to do that. And why do y'all feel like y'all have the authority to do that? That's where y'all lose a plot every time. Something is genuinely wrong with you motherfuckers. For real. Like, and it's like, I want this same, if y'all are gonna keep condemning them, I want this same energy for the pedophiles, for the murderers, for the rapists. This for the men who beat women, who commit acts of adultery. I want this same energy, the same outrage. That's what I want. That you so mad about some shit. That's what the fuck I want. I want you to be just as mad, that just like you mad about abortion. I want you to be just as mad at these motherfuckers touching these kids. That's exactly what the fuck I want. But you not, because you know why? You probably the one touching the kids too. Oh, okay. Let me move on before I get. I'm sorry. Whew. Move on, bro, for real. Because let's call a spade a spade. A lot of the same motherfuckers y'all see on her condemning homosexuality, and that's gonna lead me to my next point on how we lost the plot again. A lot of these motherfuckers, they literally be either undercover or they're literally touching kids. But I digress. Anyway, so Kristi Noem's husband, one of the number one Trump. Oh my God, dick sucking ass bitch. Her. Let's call the spade a spade. She up there sucking all cock. Let's be for real, dog. They don't even want women in power up there, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, they found pictures of her husband with fake text. He's playing cross dresser. How ironic is that, right? How? Like, I just feel like it get to a point where this shit becomes all actually comical, right? Y'all, we somehow we put our lives in the hands of a bunch of corrupt, evil, dumb, illiterate fucks. Like let's just call a spade a spade. I didn't even vote for these motherfuckers, but hey, anyway, y'all leaked the man pictures and messages, bro. This man literally cross-dressed and then got the nerve not even to have you could at least put a wig on, gang. Like, you gonna do it, go walk out, put a wig and the makeup on, gang. You in that bitch titties blow fade. Like, bro, you cool? Like, do you know how big of a slap in the face it is when she literally bases everything off these Christian values? And y'all love to use certain terms of the Bible and of Jesus and of God and throw little terms in there that fit your little agenda. And now your man dressed like sister. Ironic. Anyway, ooh, Lord have mercy. It just be so funny, bro, because that's just ironic. God is really that man. I'm sorry, that being him, God. When they say some people say believe God is a woman. Anyway, the Lord has a very funny way of making people pick their face up. The Lord has a very funny way. I mean, that's the cleanest I could say it. The Lord has a very funny way of making people pick their face off the ground every time. Ain't this the same lady that says she killed the dog outside? She wrote a book about it. Man, something wrong with y'all. All you motherfuckers are deluded. Like, and that's just bottom line. I don't know what else to tell you. The Bible, all of that, to sum it all up, it tells you to be a good person and to follow and to be more like Jesus, bro. Break down the doors. Do what the other people were scared to do. Create life. Bring miracles. Be nice to people. Be kind to others. That's it, bro. The fruits of the spirit. The beatitudes. Like, y'all, come on, bro. It's multiple things. Just do and do not be afraid to have courage to give your problems to God, bro. And y'all just be over here condemning everybody and all this stuff. And the people in your household is literally dressing up and putting fake titties on. Like, bruh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's where we lose the plot. This is why this is the losing the plot segment, because you did all that. You ran them morals and principles, and your man over there, and the titties was huge. Like, okay, Pam Bondi got fired. If y'all don't know who Pam Bondi is, Kristi Noem was the Department of Justice, the head of the Department of Justice. Pam Bondi was the Secretary of State, right? No, she was the Attorney General. I'm sorry. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I think she was the Attorney General. He made her the Attorney General. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me get my shit together. My facts together. She was the Attorney General of the United States, and she was also one of his lawyers when he, um, let's see, during his first impeachment trial. So she got fired, and he basically threw her under the bus, which just brings me back to my point again. These women are literally on here fighting for these men who don't give one fuck about them, who will literally throw them to the fucking wolves every fucking time. But that's our king. He's right up there with God. He does what God would do. And you know what? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Because in reality, dog, if she wanted to, it's gonna be interesting to see what's really going on, because if she play it right, dog, she can get this man out of there. Cause she was too close to him. She defended him. But it's probably so many calls that went into all those things. She probably can't talk, but he straight out there, she straight got fired. Um, yeah, crazy work. And the last thing on the reasons why we're losing the plot this week, is so the Drewski skit. Everybody probably seen it. I meant it dropped right after I recorded my last podcast. So I meant to discuss this on the last podcast. But shout out to Drewski, man. People be saying I look like that man. I don't would I be having her, but I don't agree. But that's my dog though. And I'm not saying like that. I just don't think I look like him. But he is hella funny. He got some good comedic relief, I don't cap. But and he be so on point. His skits be so on point. Like Drewski really did it again, bro. Regardless of however you want to call it, dog, he never once said nothing about the lady funeral. He didn't even make it seem like the lady was crying or anything. And he didn't say he was talking about her, even though it was absolutely you can see what it was. But once again, it was a parody. It's a skit. You'll never I'm sorry. You'll never be able to, do nothing with that in court. It's a skit, it's a parody. I'm sorry. It's a parody. So you just be drove. Looking stupid, honestly, because Trump basically said that she should sue them. There's causes behind this shit, and that's why he was able to do the shit because he's never going to get sued for anything that he does, and if he does, he's probably 9 times out of 10 going to win. But I will say that it's a very dangerous game he's playing because these motherfuckers do not play fair, and they do not give a fuck about us, especially a motherfucker you're black. It's a very dangerous game he playing, but he calling that shit out. It is what the fuck it is. It started with the mega churches. These people up here begging for help, and these motherfuckers in here in Dior and fucking Bentleys. Hey, preaching the word of God, making them, y'all seen what Marvin Sapp did when he closed the doors. Hey, and guess who? And guess who called that shit out? Drewski. So it is what it is. You can call a spade, call it what it is, but that's what the fuck it is. These people are not living in real life. You know what I'm saying? Some not clicking right here. The elevator don't go all the way to the top. If I'm being quite honest. But once again, I digress. Anyway, we've lost the plot again. Every time. That man is not going to get sued. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. He just might because he's playing with some powerful people there. And they're pushing this agenda so hard because honestly, Charlie Kirk was literally a podcaster who went viral for having lewd and crude and lascivious topics and talk points. And then he went to school dreading motherfuckers with those same talk points. He was never they damn near probably wanted to push him to be on track for the next president or some shit because they making it seem like the motherfucking president died. The way they going crazy over this man dying. My thing is black people are getting killed mercilessly, have been getting killed mercilessly for fucking years, and you bitches ain't budging motherfucking lick. Y'all ain't did shit. Y'all ain't even budge a little shoulder. It was like, oh yeah, black on black crime. That made up ass shit. Like, come on, man. It's just too much. Like, it just be too much. It be too much. And we lose the plot every time thinking that a motherfucker, you'll never win when you're not good to people, and that's a fact. All this shit is in the works. But I promise you, when we make it out of all of this, it's gonna be completely a whole different ball game. Because God don't like ugly, and that's a fact, and everybody know that. And Jesus was a mercenary. He really was the king of rebelling against authority. Like, bruh, come on now, against things that people thought were right. He came to her and said, "That's not right. Do it over. Do it another way. Think about it this way." But no, no. Like, bruh, no. Broken the churches, flipped the tables over. travel from country to country, literally an immigrant, a refugee. Man. Anyway, so let's take it there. um, so the first thing I want to talk about is the content culture and how when you are constantly making content selling items, it can take away from the item's true value or the authenticity of the art. And I say that to say, like, okay, for example, it's one thing if you're telling people like something you bought and maybe they should go get it, and this how you can get it, and you profiting off of it, whatever, whatever. But I feel like so there's this men's Bible that they've got on TikTok or whatever, right? I'm just using this as an example, but people are selling it, right? And then okay, when I see the content, it's content that I want to engage in, right? But then I see that you only doing it because you're trying to promote and sell this Bible book. It's like 1 minute with God a day or whatever, and it's for men or whatever. It's like sometimes I relate to the content and I'm like, dang, and then they like, yeah, that's why I got this book for that. I'm like, bruh, it kind of just take the authenticity away from the actual, issue or whatever, or just like the whatever's being said, it kind of just takes it away from me. Which I know you gotta get your money. I'm not talking about it like that. I'm not saying it like that, but get your money, do what you gotta do. But I just feel like it just kind of takes away from, like, I'm finna just keep scrolling. I'm not even watching, watch it because you trying to sell me something. You kind of taking away from my experience, right? Now, granted, it will probably make me buy the book because what you said was correct, but it takes away from my experience because you're selling it to me, and that don't seem authentic. How y'all feel about that? Let me know. The next thing I want to talk about is the impact of Black culture. Now, hear me out. Hands up, don't shoot. What I'm about to say, y'all probably not gonna like. So, Black culture is depicted in so many different ways amongst so many different countries, right? And it's so many variations of Black culture because there are Black people all over the world, right? And there are a lot of Black people who are born in different cultures all over the world who can still adapt to what's considered Black culture. I personally do not think it's a bad thing that our culture is being adopted in so many different ways. I don't, because it shows, one, the power that we really have. Two, it also shows how people really think about us, and they like it. Like, okay, like when I see a white rapper, the innate, inherited, like, because all the shit that we've been through, of course that shit barks out. But I'll be like, let me just hear him out. And they be saying, because that they been considering gingers Black, but I digress. They be saying, like, they say the N word, they say all this stuff, and I'm like, let the rice be good, right? And there's some white rappers who don't say the N word at all. They just have adopted our culture. Now, me personally, I feel like if you're a white person and you literally have grown up immersed in the Black culture, you're gonna sound like a Black person. You're gonna act like a Black person because that's all that you know is that culture. I cannot be mad at you for not acting white because you weren't raised in a white environment. I mean, it just is what it is, and we have to really come to terms with that and honestly be honest. Like, if you are raised in a culture, if I was raised in an Arabic culture, what the fuck you think I'm gonna be? Even if I choose not to be Muslim, right? I'm going to still speak Arabic language. I'm going to act as an Arabic. I'm going to have Arabic tradition, morals, and values. Now, granted, I was raised in a Black culture, in a wasn't the best area, but it was a Black culture. And my thing is, I do have those ways, and I did choose to grow out of my innate, like, initial, learned traits, and I chose to figure out how to be the man that I wanted to be. But that's a choice. I had to unlearn a lot of thought processes and move forward with my life, right? But still, those innate characteristics, I kind of grew up in that environment. I can't be mad at that. That's like, okay, a man raised by all women, of course she's gonna adopt feminine traits. A woman that's raised by all men is gonna adopt masculine traits. It's just how humans work. We learn from other people. We grow and experience things and learn from those things and act how we choose to see fit. I cannot get mad at that. So if our culture is being adopted in multiple right by multiple ethnicities, I cannot be mad at that. Now, what I will say is that it's one thing to adopt and respect the culture. It's another thing to appropriate a culture. If you was never raised in this culture, you don't understand this culture, don't play this culture. Don't play it like a caricature. That's not what the fuck this is. That's a whole different ball game. But I think because people do be appropriating this culture, everybody gets that title or get that jacket over them. Excuse me. And in reality, it's not like that. Some people are just raised in our culture. I'm sorry, this mic is crazy. But yeah, some people are just raised in our culture. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at them. Like, what's his name? Belly Gang. I said that's just like your friend do. Him. I hear my people. Don't see my people. But, Brother Cole, that boy say, I don't give a fuck how you ask. I'm in the buying flights, buying ice, and buying bags. You get right, you getting shit. Like this song is hard. Like I let me find this video. Real shit though. Like I ain't gonna find it, but y'all heard the song. That boy say, man, I don't give a fuck how you act. I'm in the buying flights, buying ice, and buying bags. I'm out here flipping. You act right, you getting shit. Like I don't think they know all the words, but come on. What your bitch don't really me like that for a fuck around? She getting hit. I'm just playing damn. Like I don't even think that's all the words, but that shit hard. Like I can't lie. So it's like, and I don't think that's a facade. That's too. Like that's the brother too hood. Like he not. That's not a facade. You know what I'm saying? That like I hear my people. I don't see my people, and that's facts. And I mean, hey, come on now, it is what it is. Like Belly Gang, shout out to him, bro. The song hard, like the music hard. Just you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna talk bad about him because he's in the culture. He grew up immersed in the culture. What do y'all want him to act like? Motherfucking Austin Powers? Any fucking way. Um, just think about that and just kind of like I don't want to live through the lens of, and it's just me personally. I understand why most of us live through the lens of basically like we appreciate everything black and we don't really fuck with any other race or ethnicity. And you know, they wasn't them Hispanics wasn't there for us. You know what I'm saying? We can't do shit about what's going on in Pakistan, but I feel like the problem with all that is that we be speaking out of anger and not out of humility and humanity. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm gonna get backlash from this, but this is the truth. If we act just like them, we nothing better than them, bro. I hate even saying that cliche ass shit, but it's true, dog. We lost the humility and the humanity of it all, bro. But I will agree that we are too quick to let motherfuckers in and be having us fucked up. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because I'm not standing for no bullshit, bitch. You play with me, bitch, you gonna get dealt with, and that just is what it is. This is not the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, bitch. You play with me, bitch. Be careful. I don't even play like that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna not educate a person of another race or ethnicity if they want to really know about my culture and they actually give a fuck about my cause. I'm not gonna be mad at them for that, bro. We have to learn to coexist with these people. That just is what the fuck it is. But I do get that concept, man. That's some bullshit, and it has been bullshit. And it's like we've given them chance after chance after chance, and they play with us chance after chance after chance. So it's like you gotta have that discernment to know, okay, this person not gonna play with me, but because everybody understand, we can't generalize all of them. Because as we've seen, it's a lot of them who actually give a fuck about the cause and they fighting for what we fighting for, and I can't be mad at them. Like I can't not be a human. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got people who like, bitch, I'm for everything, but bitch, I don't fuck with them. And I get that, but we have to learn how to coexist in these spaces. That's all I'm saying. And adopting our culture, if you genuinely was immersed in that culture, I'm not mad at you. You appropriating that shit, bitch, you don't get what you got coming. Straight up. Let's see. I also wanted to touch on something. The differences between influencers and celebrities. Like when I was talking about Kev on stage. Idolatry is such a huge thing. And if you're a religious person, then you know what I'm talking about. But even if you're not a religious person, idolizing and putting all your everything into another human is literally insane. Because we all fall short no matter what or who you are. We all fall short, bro. We all gonna make mistakes. We all gonna have issues. We all gonna do shit that don't feel right. We all gonna make bad choices. It's just how life is. So giving everything you got, okay, like for example, how these people believed in Trump so much, did all of that stuff. So many of them are let down because he literally didn't do nothing he said he was gonna do, and that's exactly what idolatry is. These cults are in idolatry. They live in idolatry. That's just what it is. These people are idols, false prophets, false idols. If you look at like, and anybody who know me know I love me some Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki Minaj. And I really fuck with her right now because she's on some weird shit, but that's my personal opinion. I still love her music and still I like we basically grew up together, right? But pe- that's why they call the Barb's a cult, bro. It was one point in time that I can honestly admit that I used to be hella mad at people for not fucking with Nicki. But for me, it was because of the music. It wasn't. I felt like that was just downplaying her because she's a woman, not because she's not talented, right? And I think that's what made me upset. But I never was a part of like the fan base and doing all that extra shit. They be going over there fucking motherfuckers' houses up and jumping motherfuckers. I'm not never was a part of all that. I just like the music and I think she's a wonderful artist, a brilliant artist. Like, but that's also like how they deal with Michael Jackson. Motherfuckers was straight killing themselves when Michael Jackson died. Idolatry. These people are normal. They literally bleed just like us. They regular human beings. They just got a song or a message that speaks to millions that we can resonate to and agree with. And that is what we should treat them as human beings. Hey, can I get a picture? Hey, I love your music. Not like, oh my God, I'm about to die. Like, no, bruh. Or just even like money. People idolize money. Um, all these different things. The point of it all is there's a difference between an influencer and a celebrity. And if you think about it, influencers are becoming celebrities, but they're still influencers by definition. Like Kev on stage, he's becoming a celebrity, but he started off as an influencer. And for me, I'm gonna always consider him an influencer because that's how he lives his life, like a normal, whatever. I feel like Ari is considered a celebrity now, but she's literally an influencer. She literally still be on Twitch streaming. She's a influencer. Celebrities are like movie stars. And even then, I still feel like they still people. Like there has to be a differentiation between the two because I'm not running up to Castanet like, oh my God, it's Castanet. He's literally an influencer. I'm not running up to Amber Rose. Oh my God, it's Amber Rose. She's literally an influencer. I would never have considered her a celebrity. I don't care how many celebrities she been with or fucked with. And I mean, I don't even fuck with her for real. But yeah, I would never, or like, I consider like Kevin Gates a celebrity because he didn't start off doing no like influencer shit. He's a musician, which is a celebrity, a famous musician. J. Cole, a celebrity. Kendrick Lamar, Drake. Those are celebrities, right? I'm not gonna bend the down and be like, oh my God, influencer. I mean, it just it's a difference. And I think we idolize these people too much. They normal human beings, dog. I'm sorry. I'm not fucking with that. I think we just have put and it's like we're putting our literal money into these people, like, which is nothing wrong with. It's just we idolizing people who literally have normal lives, and now y'all giving them millions of dollars, and y'all are creating influencers, and now they're becoming celebrities, right? Like I said, we gotta stop idolizing them and just love them and support them, because that's the problem. I think that's my general point of it all. There's a difference between a celebrity and influencer, and we need to stop idolizing these people and support them and love them, but not idolize them to the point where you damn near killing us because they're not fucking with you. And if you see them in that root to you, then what? Exactly, because we are human. Exactly. And then the last thing I'm gonna talk about, I'm taking through, is choosing your supporters. I seen this video on TikTok about that, and I think it's very important because now, like in my time now, like I will say that this is like my second round of the podcast, and it can be disheartening to not get the love that you want from the people that you want to support you, right? Especially people that you always support and show up for. And I think people support in different ways. And I think that we can tend to be very harsh on each other, especially when it's like he gave an example of like you had a show or something and the 10 people came to support you. You talk to them about who didn't come to support you, which is kind of like a slap in the fucking face to people that's actually supporting you. So if you find your tribe, build on that tribe and keep it fucking moving, right? And I think that's very true. Like, why am I worried about the next motherfucker that's not her and y'all are her supporting me? Like, I should be basking in this and thankful for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I think as humans, we do tend to get very like, no, that's the wrong word. Very, just, I want to say egotistical with this shit. And because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people have told me how this is my lane and how they support my stuff and all that, and I'm not seeing the support. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing it a lot. And it's like, that's okay. People are still reposting my stuff, still doing what they do. And I had to get out of my head about that because it kind of made me feel discouraged because I'm like, dang, bro, I'm discouraged, bro. I don't really want to do this if I'm not getting no love and no support behind it. And in reality, that's not what it's about. It's about the message I want to put out. So I'm going to keep grinding, keep shining, keep moving. We never stop. We never give up. And you can't choose your supporters. You can engage with an audience, build support. If you find your niche, you know, but you can't force a support. You can't choose your supporters. That's crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. Okay, so I'm doing a new segment on my pod where we're gonna do artist of the week, something more positive, bring a better energy to the podcast. I think it's very crucial that we have that. Um, I think it's very crucial that we have that so we can just like be, because I talk about some heavy stuff sometimes on here, and I think we just need a little more light to the pod, right? So, my artist of the week is Elmine. Shout out to Elmine. He's been out for a while. I've been listening to his music for a while. I got hip on him when he did that video of him singing Beyond D'Angelo. I'm sorry. Of him singing D'Angelo. Untitled. And I've been literally like, oh my god, this like bruh so cold. He definitely up next for sure. And I think his authenticity and like him being a him just being a normal person, like a normal, like, he started off like he just loved R&B. His love for music, I think, is such a beautiful thing to watch. If you know me, you know I love R&B. I love music. I love slow, soulful music that you can feel it pull your heartstrings, and I think that's exactly what he's doing right now, and that's his goal of it all. Right, is to still bring that soulful R&B back to new music. You know, I just listened to. I ain't listened to his new EP yet. His new album just came out March 27th. But I do like a lot of his music. Like Useless is good. Yeah, I like his songs. I think he got a real good his sound is so pure. It's a good sound, and I've been just obsessed. So I went down a rabbit hole. He's Sudanese, and he always listened to a bunch of R&B growing up, like Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, um, Tank. Like he was to a lot of R&B, and it kind of shaped his voice to what it is today. And so that is my artist of the week. I will be listening to his new album probably this weekend while I'm at the gym. Yeah. Someday I want to love like the way that I love you. That's my song. Someday I want to hold like the way that I held you. Oh, no. Like that boy can sing. He got a good tone, a good rasp. Like it just is good, and he's so like himself. And I think that's the best part. Like he really ain't trying to like. Look at this. Hold on. You can't even. Okay, let me see. If you can see it. Like you can't even see it. Yeah, you can barely see it. But yeah, he just like a normal human. Like he just like a normal boy. Like he like, bro, I didn't even want to do nothing. That boy said I was trying to be a security guard. I just want to make money. Like I wasn't even trying to be famous, and here I am now. So it's like I just love that his story's authentic like that. This is so funny, bro, because he literally like pouting on her, like he like, like he just don't care. That shit's so funny because it's like, bro. Shout out to him, man. That's my dog. I think I said that's my dog. I know him. Hopefully I can meet the boy one day. But shout out to him. He makes some great music. Tiny Desk was hard. Songs hard. He's definitely a very good artist. So yeah, that is my podcast. Thank you for listening to All Things Unsolicited with your boy. This is week 6. More things to come. New scenery, new vibes. Just be patient with me, and I appreciate y'all for the 1,000 streams, and make sure don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and yeah, we have more to come. So I love y'all. Peace.